Look, can't even do that right. Okay, so I'll start again. This one night I want to do it properly. Right, okay, so I started the stream, so you might have had to restart the or refresh it to get it to work properly. And then even after that my VLC won't work properly, so I'm going to just try that again. And I'm hoping that it'll work properly this time. Or we might do a stream without music, who knows? It's not started. Well, there's a process open somewhere. It's in the process. Maybe I made a mistake back then. Let's see, got a bootstrap, don't need that. Wonder what caused that then. Let's try it one more time. There you go. That opened up. Oof, jeez Louise Christ on the stick. Yeah, no, it's working. How odd. Right, let me just drop into the wing on Discord after I've notified people live. Leave radio. Stream channel? Yeah. Okay. Hey Jolie, how's it going? Ooh, Julie's joined from a notification, I can tell. Because I hadn't quite posted it in live yet. Oh no, she could have been on our Discord. Right, let's have a look. So, we're only a few jumps out from this location. And I'll talk to you now in wing, Brian, when I find where it is. Good evening. Oh, can't hear you again. So it's not only me that's having problems, Brian can have problems as well. So off we go. So we're not far out actually, people. We're like 12 jumps out, so... We're about 12 jumps out. I'll wait for Brian to fix his stuff. I tell you, he's got gremlins because of me, I'm telling you. It's me. So I was kind of just, for the last half hour or so, I was just bobbing along, system to system, and I actually hit a pretty rich vein of form. And as he says that, I hit a sun system. Oh, get lost. I was seriously, I was in a really good rich vein of form. Oh, I can imagine, Julie. Are you playing PvP then? Trying to deal with it? Are you doing background simulation stuff to try and deal with it? Did they manage to do the podcast yesterday? I meant to listen into it this afternoon, but I didn't have time. Can't hear you yet, Brian. I haven't got you muted, I don't think. Did I unmute you and mute you and unmute you last time? I want to test my sound settings again. I have closed Discord, so this was the... I think last time it fixed it, Brian. Let me just check. No, it's not that one. I wish I knew how to work this thing all the time. Ah, there we go. Audio. So... Speakers, that's the one. Okay. Do you want to try again, Brian?
Test.
it works now. I think the problem's actually on my end with my Discord. Because as soon as I did the thing that I did the other night, which I didn't actually change anything, I just clicked a button, it starts working. So. And I think it's something to do with every time Discord updates, I need to click a button to reset my microphone. So how's the barley water going?
Lovely.
I'm having it concentrate. Right, okay, so we're still on our way to the bubble, to the centre, to the core. And, another sun system, this is ridiculous. I'm not going to go live anymore.
I'm not going in the bubble.
No, I just corrected myself. Oh, you're getting brandy, are you? Okay, I'll listen to that tomorrow morning then. I'm a little bit behind the times sometimes, Julie, but I did catch up eventually. I shall listen to it in the morning over coffee. Oh, we got a 55 astronomical object system, which means it's probably full of gas giants and asteroid belts. Oh, what's that hiding up there? No, that's too far anyway. Oh, dynamic. Oh, no. I don't know why I thought that might be an ammonia world. It was way too close to the sun to be an ammonia world. Took a night off yesterday, of course. Ended up playing Batman Arkham Asylum, which I haven't touched in a long time. That was enjoyable. And watched a few movies. What movie did I watch last night? I've watched a couple of really good movies the last couple of nights. Kind of like really under the radar ones. The first one was called The Perfect Host, which had Niles from Frasier in it. I've forgotten his name in reality. David something? No. Yeah, David Hyde Pierce, I think his name is. That was really, really good. And then last night I saw one with Joel Egerton, who I really like, and that one was called The Gift. And that was pretty good as well, under the radar type stuff. If you like your thrillers, they're well worth it. What does EIC stand for, Julie? Might have to slow down as we get to this next location, because we've only got a few people in stream, and this is supposed to be one of the nicer locations, I think. Aye. The life of a streamer. Oh, what we got here? Ah, 3,000 light seconds. Come on. Ah, I've never used them myself, Julie, but it's interesting. Yeah, I've seen the website. And I was thinking, if ever I need their service, I'm definitely going to use them. Especially in a stream. I'd love to do it in a stream. I didn't even... Do you know, I didn't think people used them that much. Because a really strange concept, but I like the idea of it. I think it's really good. It fits kind of totally within the lore of the game as well, that you could do that. I wish more people would kind of work in that way through the game. Like somebody could do like a mining company that go out and mine and stuff like that. And this is why Elite needs stock rooms in stations. It really does. I know it's not possible under the current system,
Or a
but
mapping company when the new update comes out.
oh, that'll be in place already. I have a feeling that Canon will be doing that. I'd love to see other people doing it and having kind of maybe even you could even have PvP battles between the two companies. One company could hire a load of griefers to knock off the other one. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can, but you need to get something in return, don't you? And unfortunately, the game doesn't allow the passing of credits for quite obvious reasons, although I honestly, the way this universe works, I don't know whether that should just be allowed, but okay, so it isn't. So you have to have something tradable, don't you? But yeah, you could mine and give to them. But I don't know how you give them the credits. Is that just from like doing missions and stuff, do you mean? Like, I'm not quite sure I get it. You'll have to bear with me sometimes, Julie, because there's other parts of the game I know.
No, give them cargo.
Have you used them at all before? Do you know about them?
I've not used them. I mean, it's like if you want something, you've got to give them something. So you can't give them credits up front, so you can go and buy rare commodities or whatever and
Yeah, and then they'll swap it
drop
for...
the cargo and they scoop it.
No, I just think it was... I wish it was advertised a bit more in the game.
Brandy. And I wanted arsenic, well not arsenic, you can't drop that, but a commodity you can just swap.
Let's see. Got 3 people in stream, so I'm just gonna go down to a couple of... It probably won't make a whole difference, but I'm gonna go down to economy jumps for a second, just to see if I can get a few... Oh, Christ. There must have been a jet cone jump somewhere. Because that's gone from 3 jumps to... Hang on. That's gone from 3 jumps to... No, there wasn't actually. Okay, maybe I'll do another jump before I do that. How do they give credits to pilots, though? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Julie. Like, is it so people can... Oh, right, so I could mine. Okay, I'm getting you. I could mine.
Well,
and then they
if
would...
I transferred you a crap ton of gold, and then you sell that.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, okay, I get it. Hey Mo, how's it going? Welcome into the stream. I was just saying earlier I was in a nice rich vein of form, and then I went live and I've hit bugger all. Nothing. Sod's law. How do you do that though, Julie? Do you mean credits as in... Because the way you're saying it, like space credits, but do you mean your credits as in... I don't know, if you needed paint or something, someone else can take it off against your name? Jeez Louise. I cannot believe I've hit all these bloody sun systems. Right, let me see what's at the location. Ah, okay, okay, I remember. Okay, I should really open my, just give us a second, I should really open my list as well. Just to make sure. I don't know where I put my list. There it is. Ah, we got commanders dropping in now. That's good. I see a few people. So, let me just check for Brian. That the thing that we're doing is the right one, and there's no linky winky. Okay, let's just quickly try it here. That's EDSM, you Doyle. Ah, okay. Okay, I think it's that one. Okay, that should be semi-interesting. We'll see when we drop in system. How many jumps away are you, Brian?
Seven.
Okie doke. I'll go into, just while Brian's catching up a little bit, I will go into... no I won't. I'll jump and then when Brian arrives I'll try and find somewhere to maybe land and have a bit of a look around. We're currently 18,000 light years outside the bubble. Yeah, I might do that, Julie. Could be a really good idea. Just to let some other viewers as well and stuff know about different people of the community, because, I mean...
That's nothing.
Oh, no, it's nothing. Not compared to other times, but... Yeah, you could actually... You can... Oh, hang on a minute, Mo. You can actually have one your very self. You go into options. Let me remember, controls. And then under this one, mouse controls, you can see there is show mouse widget. And this gives you the dot in the center of the screen. So, it's a good job you mentioned that, because it does help a lot. It helps primarily going through the mail slot. I really like it for that, but it also just helps sometimes, just in general. Sometimes it makes it easier.
Yeah, it's very handy, that.
It does help with like angle of attack sometimes, not angle of attack, but angle of entry and stuff like that. I think it does help a lot with. Right, so we have now. This is a difficult one to.
It helps with boosting out the mail slot.
Yeah, I was just saying that. Like, as long as you know where your cap. Having said that, if you know where your cabin is, getting out the mail slot isn't that bad. Yeah. Right. Okay. So it looks like we're going to this one. So I'll put my wing beacon on Brian, because I always forget to put it on. I'll put on my external lights, just so I'm a good driver. And apparently...
I'm still like 4 jumps away. Why can't you set your beacon to wing as default? Why do you always need to turn it on?
Maybe if you're hiding from your wingmates. Right, I just want to check something here because it is this one, I'm sure. Because it will be the size of the... It must be this one. Okay, so this is... If I'm right, and I'm pretty sure I am, because I'm reading it right. Yes, it is this one. So, this ring is over 1 million kilometers wide on this planet here. Could you keybind it? I'm sure you can keybind it. It will be in options somewhere. I'm sure I've seen a wing beacon button. So I'm pretty sure you probably can map it. I wouldn't be surprised. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. Okay. Let's pull back a little bit.
Well, that list of options and the controls is quite intimidating the first time you look at it.
It's ridiculous, yeah. At times. Oh wow, so yeah, you can see there. You can see how big the ring is on that one. Which is, can you see the outer rings? We're not talking about those inside rings, we're talking about the outer rings there. You just look how far away they go from the actual gas giant itself. I'm going to take off the orbit lines just for a moment, just so you can really appreciate how...
Did you just find yourself a big ring?
Oh, there's more than one, yeah. I mean, I'm going to go outside the ship just to really give it some understanding of how big it actually is. I'm going to use my ship almost like a pointer. So, okay, I'm going to just put that in paint.
See, when you scan stuff and the money you get, I know, like, the size of the planet, like the mass, the more mass, the more you'll get paid. Like, if it's 2 water worlds equally, higher mass will give you more. If a planet's got rings, does like better rings, more rings mean more payout, or is it just generic?
No, I think it actually does give more payout, because I remember when people were talking about discovery and mining, they specifically talked about rings. And so people were asking, I can't remember the exact questions, but the questions did involve rings, so I'm supposing the true, like, not to say I'm not in a way, but the true explorers out there were definitely, I think they were wanting to know if rings would add value. And did they say that you could map the rings in some way?
Yes, to find concentrations of whatever.
So that's looks like a giant eyeball, it does. Hey Christopher, how's it going? So we're going to head down to this little planet just down here. This should be ringed as well. Don't see the ring on it at the moment. But we'll get on the sun side. And then we'll see what we're working with. Oh yeah, this has got a strange ring as well. So you kind of get... Whoa, it's got a really strange ring actually. I wish I'd stop using the term ring all the time. Right, so we have to work out how we're actually gonna get onto this planet, and I think the best option... I might run too fast there. Did I go too fast? Come on, slow down. Okay, I'm gonna try and come in just across the top, across the crown here. Just try and make the best of the daylight, and then we're going to kind of be able to get 2 rings in the shot. Oh, I can't hear you now, no, sorry. try and get it as...
Oh, that was for earlier. I wasn't talking, I was typing.
Alright, okay.
Orbital flight engaged.
This is gonna give a really good view from the surface, I'm telling you.
So what planet's the one with the big ring? I'm just jumping in.
We're on D14A.
D1?
No. 4A. So it should be a ringed gas giant. It should be a ringed gas giant with a ringed moon next to it. Well, could be a millionaire, Christopher, but you know, then I could build my my elite cockpit. I'm really hoping I don't lose sight of this gas giant as I come in, because it's dipping down that horizon. It's good, thankfully. Okay, we're on 0.34G. As I'm not landing on this planet for any particular reason other than to get the view. Landing gears down. I love how it corrects the ship. I'd never even noticed that before. The areas are. Oh, there we go. Oh, you dirty bastard. I don't know if I can get it to blast. It's going to blast forward massively if I do that. Okay, here we go. Takes a while, but there is some landing close to where I am. If you can't find anything, I can always take off. I'm on a bit late tonight, people. I do apologise for that, but just took a while to sort some bits and bobs out. Okay, so we're going to take that off. Planetary vehicle, hang that on. I'm sure I see gold on the surface here. I love how she says low gravity warning like it's a bad thing. What they need to say is really high gravity warning. Okay, so yeah, it actually did dip it right down, so there is a hill somewhere around here. Brian's just dropping in now. We're going to build a snowman. No, we came to look at this amazing gas giant here with its 1.5 million kilometer ring. Which doesn't seem to get boring the more I say it. So I'm going to take a picture of that. Just on its own, so just give it a second. Brian getting in shot. Has to photobomb everything, this bloke. Let's have a look. Paste it in. So this one's number 30, I think. So there, yeah, you can see his nose went up when he put his landing gear out. His nose went up. You can see him bouncing along the floor for 5 minutes now.
No, I can land first time, but
Yeah, well, I'll never get that photo opportunity. I'm only kidding. Right, okay, so. Okie doke, let's see what we got in that one. See if there's anything interesting. No, not really. Okay. I did want to get one of the rover, actually. Just don't know how I do this with the way I do this. Gonna work? Oh, it does. It certainly does. Okay, let's get a shot. Yes, Kathina, you're absolutely right, but having lived in the mountains for a long time, it is actually pretty true. As soon as you get anywhere near that snow, you get reflection. Even on some of the dreariest days, you get really good reflection off the snow. Christopher will probably be able to attest to that. He lives half of his life in snow. Right, let's have a look. Well, they won't be getting an upgrade, at least we know that much. So we'll have to stick with it for a while. Were you here the other night, Kathina, when David Entz pointed us towards Glassdoor.com? Look at Brian. I think Brian's trying to go towards the ring. By the looks of it.
there's a bronzy over here.
I thought you were trying to jump on the ring. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he is flying sideways. Did you read any of it? It's interesting. Oops. Do I need nickel?
There's another one over here.
Oh, I can imagine the Star Citizen one, but you know they are correct. You know it. Can you imagine you're seeing him taking home those 70 grand pay packets from the noobs? And you're sat there getting paid minimum wage. That could be a hard day at work, that one. Right, okay, so we're just gonna take in. I thought we'd cottoned onto something there, and then I realised I'm getting a reading off Brian's SRV there. Oh, what have we got there? To the right. To the right. Well, actually, there was some people who'd left good remarks, to be honest. But there was a couple of things that they were talking about, things that I'd kind of assumed. Because I've worked with a couple of good bosses before. You know, and then had to go work somewhere else because, you know, it's a living. I remember once when I told one of my somebody in an interview that I was in a band, and they asked me to sing in the interview. I was like, Are you alright? You can come to a gig and pay your money. Right, I'm just going to get back in the ship so we can try and have a look at the next destination, which I don't think it's far away.
Right over here.
Sorry?
Where's the sword rate? Or
Oh,
whatever you call it.
It's alright, I'm going back to the ship. I didn't really want to... I don't need anything in particular now. Unless we come across somewhere that has, like, polonium, then I'm always on the lookout for a bit of polonium. Hey Bob, how's it going? Welcome in. I'm just gonna have a look at... So this one will be of interest to you, Bob. We're next to a gas giant that has a ring of 1.5 million kilometers, which I'll show you in a second. And I'll also try and get a shot of Brian hammering it back to his ship there, you can see. Your SRV doesn't have any wheels from this camera. Oh, he's a careful parker. I saw his reverse lights going, I think, actually, there. There we go. There you go, Bob.
No, I've got a Hover SRV. Limited edition.
Ah, I've heard about that one, yeah. You can only get it in Lave.
You can also get it if you hit an orbital, if you land in a conda.
Oh no, I've just messed up my side screen. Right, I'll have to do this from orbit, so I'll have to drop out the wing because I've just messed up my side screen because I looked at it while I was on the planet. Yep, that still happens to me, people. Doesn't matter what ship I'm in. If I look at my side panel on the planet, it doesn't work. I can maybe do it by another button, I don't know.
Landing gear retracted.
So let's
Frameshift drive charging.
blast away a bit.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I should really set a hotkey for my map, and in actuality... that's left panel, that's right panel. Okay, I am going to set it. Just give us a second. Controls. And it would be... interface.
I do like it when you can watch someone else jump out.
Oh, with that little flash.
Yeah, but I mean, depending on how close you are, you can actually, you know, in Star Trek, how they warp out, how they kind of stretch and
Oh,
zoom
yeah.
in, it's kind of similar.
Open system map, okay, so we'll press that button. It's currently mapped to you. Oh, I can't do it on that. Ooh, I have an idea. Yeah, okay. Open galaxy map, can be that one. Yeah, okay, I'll apply those. Those are always good to have. Oh crap, oh it doesn't work. Oh, it did for the galaxy map one. Okay, then I'll just change it from that one. Does it work yet? No. Okay, no, what I'm going to actually do is I am going to drop out. Oh, but we can't invite Bob into this wing, can we? Because he didn't want to join us. He was all about...
Huh?
they're on about in stream about hearing Bob's voice, and he said when Swifty invites me into a wing, but I've told him he's not allowed in because he was talking about Colonia all the time. Right, okay, so let's have a look. I'll leave the wing first. We're only kidding, Bob. You can come into a wing when you join us. No, I'm not just letting him into the wing because you say so. Get lost. No, don't get lost. I need viewers. But you know what I mean. Right, give us a second. So, I'm out of that. Okay, so now I'm out of that. Oh, hang on, did that work there? No, it didn't. I was dreaming. This is the main menu. Go back in. Oh, we do. Brian has a very different accent from mine. Kind of. We just need someone from Northern Ireland, and we've got all the four corners. I'm only kidding, Bob. Right, okay, 1 second, let me just look, Bob didn't want to come. Oh, he's gone out the game. He's over here somewhere, Bob. He's doing his own thing. Right, okay, so what we're going to try and do tonight is we're actually probably going to do 2 or 3 of these, and then I think I'm going to sidestep to Colonia, but not in stream, of course, using the Neutron Highway, so I can try and just adjust my ship ever so slightly and do some extra little bits and bobs. So that's probably yeah, I never said anything about your accent. I just said it was one of the four corners. Try a that isn't where I'm going to, mate. I'm going this one. How do you do this? Ah, okay, it's done it. He's like the Morgan Freeman of the Elite Dangerous Network. If I was a millionaire, Morgan Freeman would read me bedtime stories. I've said it before and I'll say it again. He would. Right, dry AA FLY. Let's give us a second. Did I say FLY or FLI? No, FLI. FLYI. Right. So this is going to be deep. This one. In the sun clouds, should we say. So this one's where it should, when we get here, it should start really getting bright. Okay, I'll drop it in Discord for you, Brian. Oh, what did I do there? I think I accidentally opened Discord in my browser. Didn't want to do that. Okay, now it says 7 jumps here. Oh, you could afford Morgan Freeman, believe me. Non-sequence stars. I'm going to stick one of them in there because it's saying that it couldn't find one, but it can. I don't know what that was all about. Morgan Freeman's one of those guys who's in movies he has no place being in. Sometimes, but then he's in really good movies as well. Now, if Morgan Freeman was my cockpit voice, I probably wouldn't argue with him so much. I thought you had a violet paint job, Brian.
To be honest, Swifty, I forgot what paint jobs I've got.
Do you know, actually, I did, I checked my account, and since I bought this game, I've actually spent 69 quid on accessories.
I've spent more
I was gonna...
than in the game.
I'm just, that's it, they're not getting another penny out of me now. Oh, they don't? Okay. Please name it the violet dildo. Please name it the violet dildo. Please name it the violet dildo. Oh, this one's pretty active. Are you on FDev's side, Bob? No, I never realised it was anywhere near that. That's what I'm getting at. I honestly, if somebody had said how much have you spent on FDev extras, I would have said €30, not 70. It really surprised me, and not in a good way. Because I don't mind helping games along and buying a few bits and bobs, but I do think 70 quid is a little bit over the top for me.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive.
Oh, this area of space is just amazing. I just love all these stars. It's what space should be like. I bet you loved Saints Row. It was too much for me. I didn't hate it, but I played played a few bits of it and giggled to myself, and these other bits I was like, this is terrible. But terrible in a good way, I think. This looks amazing when you get into this part. Great stuff. Still on the hunt for it. It's too early to jump, son. Still red. I think I only played the fourth one, to be fair. I don't mind some games being a bit over the top. It's not my niche, but I don't mind some of them. There was one I played where I like gore, but I don't like ridiculous gore. But I think it was Max Payne 3. I really liked it. It was really gritty. Oh. Going a bit too close to the sun there because I haven't got orbit lights on. So you can call it the pink dildo. You make it sound like the Corvette's a bad ship. It's a nice ship. You can't say that. GTA is a great game. If it is a single player game, the online part, whatever, I don't pay attention to it. But the game, the storyline of the game, it's great. Always funny. Look, we've got like this little black area of space here.
Frameshift drive charging.
I have to say though, my favourite was GTA Vice City. I'd never go back and play it now because it'll be terrible, but at the time... Costs a fortune, a Corvette to keep. I thought only women have hard points, Kathina. I always thought it's because the cockpit's like looks like a big helmet. Looks like dark
Buy you one,
helmet.
Swifty, it's cool.
Shape the front shaped like dark helmet from Spaceballs.
Frameshift drive charging.
I love how people make those jokes about ramming the asteroids. I wish you actually could in a vet. If they just programmed it for the vet, you just fly into an asteroid with your cargo scoop open. It's like, asteroid depleted.
I need to go get me some water.
Fuel scoping.
2 jumps.
Fuel scoping complete.
I don't even know what we're jumping to here actually. It's a nebula of some sort. It's one of the smaller jumps. I can't use FA off.
Frameshift drive charging.
I thought you were telling me to do one there. To be fair, when I read that first. I like the inside, I like the cockpit of the Corvette. I actually don't mind the look of it. It feels very imperial. But Starflight, I don't remember Starflight.
Fuel scoping.
I've got 21 objects here, so I'm going to have a look at this one. Because Brian's off searching for malted products. So I'm just gonna have a bit of a mooch around, but it doesn't look like there's anything really much here. So we'll steadily move on. Just for anybody who might be interested in the Discord today, I dropped 3 in the interesting videos section. I dropped 3 podcasts from the Joe Rogan Experience, but all of them are with astrophysicists. So the ones with Adam Frank, one with Brian Cox, and one with Lawrence Krauss. I really highly recommend them. If you're if you like space in any way, they're thoroughly interesting. And because it's Joe Rogan, it's kind of from the point of view of a bit of an umpty. So like, he asks questions that sometimes, if you're not brilliant at astronomy or physics, or brilliant with, should I say, not brilliant at, he sometimes asks the questions that maybe you'd be thinking. So I highly recommend. There's 3 of them. They're about 2 hours long each, but they're really... The one with Brian Cox, I didn't even... Whoa!
Hull integrity compromised.
Let's wait for Brian. Let's wait for Brian. Let's wait for Brian. Okay, so... we'll scan the system. Okay, so I think you might have heard that. Damn it. Okay, so we're gonna, wherever the hell that is, we're gonna scan that. I love how it's, because it warps it, it's just made that, the star strip just square, and there's bugger all else. Oh really? Have you tried it in a web browser, Mo? You might want to just download it. Right. I'll be alright, Bob. So I do want to check my... I did fix it the other day, but I just want to check my... Oh, I haven't been using my frame shift booster.
Capacity exceeded.
Yeah, it's alright. I haven't been using my Guardian frame shift booster again.
Are you in the system?
I am, yeah.
I don't see you on radar.
Oh, I might have actually had my wing beacon turned off. Am I in?
Yeah, but I don't even have you on contacts tab.
I seem to have you. Right, I just turned my wing beacon on now.
Oh, I see you now. I dropped out. I see you. Ooh, that's pretty.
Did you duck?
No, I had full reverse on.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Whoa, I love it when it does that. Okay. Let me just see if I can get a decent picture. Oh, because I changed this stuff earlier, it's going to bloody control this. 1 second. Controls. It didn't warn me that I was changing it earlier, did it? What's in? Camera controls. No, camera suite. Toggle camera suite. Oh no. Right. Yep. I freaking hate this thing. Enter free camera, okay. Well, that's what it's saying on there anyway. I better bust up my whole camera bloody thing now. Sweet. That's what I was clicking. Oh, you can't use the same one? Okay. You can exit free camera by it. How do you enter free camera? No, toggle hood, no. Enter free camera, okay. Okay, let's see if it works this time. Oh, I've bloody somehow messed up my thing and I can't get it to go into free camera now. That's law. What did I lock to free camera? It was, let's unlock that and see if that works. There must be some type of thing. Guess it was that one. So open. Oh, because that was systems map I put on that. But let's put that as a G. Yeah, because I don't need an S secondary file because I don't use those ones on the keyboard, so it might be better for it. If it doesn't work, yeah, now it's worked. Okay, so just need to get the right one. There we go. Thank frig for that. So should we take the picture of that because I know it's an anomaly, but it'll work. What does that mean, Kathina? Is it another name for Alanis Morissette? Oh, it's Latin. Right, so, obviously no paste, of course. There we go. As I've said before, people, all of these photographs are available in the gift shop. You just send us your t-shirt size and we'll send you the photograph. I'm only kidding. I don't have a t-shirt yet. Not famous enough, I'm afraid. Right, so let's see if there's anything more interesting to grab a photograph of. I guess I'm away from the warped part now, so it's not really going to work, is it? It did, a little bit. Certainly did. Right, let's go to the galaxy map, although I could have just pressed G. Now it's at hand. We'll delete that one off, and then we're gonna jump across. I think we're gonna go here because it's easier to get to. It's a fair way, like. Might require a bit of work. I'm certainly not going there. Okay. Oh, this is going to be an interesting area. Let me just check the name. MYLAI. Okay, I'll stick it in your thingamajig, Brian. That sounds dodgy as hell, but you know what I mean. Copy. Paste. Oakley dokley. Let's see what we've got jump wise. 13. 13 is actually not too bad. It's gonna be
Crankshaft drive charging.
the eunuch. I don't know if I'm going too close to this one. I'm a bit worried. I like these because they're 80 grand a pop. I know, everybody thinks I'm a money merchant, but I am. They're 80 grand a pop. I'm still not rich in this game, folks. I mean, I'm rich, but I'm not Oprah rich. You know, I'm not Richard Branson rich. I can't afford a Corvette, sorry. I had to sell mine, it was taking up too much money. And the buy rate on it was ridiculous. Oh, Brian's just gone past me there.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety.
Well, that's him shooting out the other side. It's pretty good.
Frameshift drive charging.
If you see me starting to lick my glass, people, it's because I'm not totally dry, but I'm on a bit of a dry week. And I thought I'd celebrate tonight by having a little incy-wincy-bincy one with the stream, and then I'm going to have one when I go to bed because I'm watching... what have I started watching? Fargo Series 2 at the moment.
You can lick your glass all you want, just don't start licking the windows off your ship. That's when Space Madness sets in.
I'll try not to. Can't promise anything. No, I don't think I am, Kathina. I've only got 1.2 billion, which sounds like a lot. But if I got a Corvette and spruced it up, that'd be about 700 million. Are you on PC, Mo? If only we'd met when I was in the bubble. I'd have been doing wing missions galore. I'm not limiting myself, but if I'm just sometimes waiting for if there's this. I doubt it'll ever happen, but if they brought out like a really special exploration ship, but it was expensive. Total assets. Hey Malcolm, how's it going? Total assets are probably around 2 billion, I think. I think I've made 1.2 billion from. Look what my total assets are. Look at that, 132 million
You
credits
must
on
have more than
claim.
2 billion in assets.
I have 2.8. I lied. But look at that, 132 million in bloody claims. And that, you know what that is? That's gankers, people. But you don't hang around them in a decent ship.
I've got more credits than you've got assets.
That's what she said. Oh, I really enjoyed it. This the reason is, as Brian will attest, and anybody who was in the stream last Friday will attest probably, is that I was quaffing this whiskey like it was going out of fashion and wondering why I had a bad tummy the next day. Because I drink quite a lot of whiskey and I'm used to it, I was like, well, it can't be the whiskey. It turns out it was. I was quaffing cask strength whiskey like it was going out of fashion. It's not good for the belly. 69%, I think it's 69.7%. Drinking it like you would a glass of wine, probably.
See that black hole? When you were looking at it, it looked like the Borg cube, like Kathina said.
Yeah.
Well, I've done a few jumps out, a neutron and a few other jumps, and I can still see that clear as day.
What, the square?
Yeah.
Let me have a quick look. I'll fly around in a circle. In a circle? Yeah. In fact, I won't. I'll do it with the... Oh, I can't, unfortunately. I'm way ahead of it now, I think. Oh, that's a shame. Would have been nice. Yep, you're telling me. Strip the bloody bowels. I know that much. Won't be making that mistake again. The thing is, I don't...
Sent you a screenshot, have a look at that.
Let me just have a look at this picture Brian sent me. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. We'll add that to the trip pictures. The problem is, Kathina, I like whiskey so much that I don't even really feel it until I call it the ultra kick in. I can sit here, you know, knocking them back.
I'm not that far behind you. I'm like a jump or two behind you.
No idea why it's doing that then. And you'll probably noticed if you've ever been in the stream long enough is that I'll hit a point and I'll just be like, I have to go to bed, people. And that generally means everything's kicking in one go. Until that point, it just hits me all in one go. Getting attacked by a fly. Oh, wait.
Shift drive charging.
But it was just, I just thought it was hilarious the next day because I was going to Brian. I can't stream Brian. I think it's something I ate. Something I drank. But I just totally kind of whiskey. No way. I've drunk way more than that because I hadn't had like tons and tons and tons. But well, I did.
You lightweight.
Says you. And I'm aware that I've slurred a few times. But I'm well behaved. I do get off stream before anything bad happens. I do remember one night, quite funny for me, is that I got off stream, closed the stream down, and then literally just fell asleep where I was sitting.
Slurring's allowed.
Can be. Depends how bad it is.
Just don't fall asleep live on stream.
Never done it. Like I was just saying there was one time where the moment I pressed the end stream button, I must have fallen asleep.
I'm finding a lot of terraformable high metals.
I was doing really well until I started streaming. I was stopping at every system, and then I turned the stream on, and it's just, I mean, I've really not hit anything.
I think I've got 6 in this system, and they're all undiscovered.
Yeah. Could be.
That big square's really freaking me out.
Is it following you? Just have to check something.
Better not when I keep jumping. It's spooky. It's like everything around it, there's nothing, and then a big square.
My computer's complaining that my CPU's running too high. Just let me check this, people. I might have to open her up a little bit. She might just be... It doesn't feel that hot. Yeah, well, we shall see. It will happen at some point. Probably with Red Dead Redemption. No, I will look at doing it at some point.
Shift drive charging.
It is something I really do want to do at some point. Just even to try and get like stream a few more people attached to the stream and whatnot. Although it is something I've been thinking about recently. Obviously, I don't particularly want to be like a big streamer or anything, because I think there's too much work comes with that, and I just like playing the game. But I would like to do one where people can just drop in and out and be like, he's waning. Everybody will be putting bets down on Discord as to whether I'm going to survive the next hour or so.
You just want loyal minions.
You're joking? I haven't got minions. Everybody wants me to die in stream. That's the thing.
It's a shame I've not got any pew pew on my ship.
It's funny you should say that, Kathina. I think one of the reasons is I like doing sometimes a challenge like that on myself. I do like pushing myself. So saying the other day, I was climbing a mountain the other day where, I'm gonna be honest, as a grown man, it's quite scary to say I was on the verge of crying. Not because I couldn't actually climb the mountain, but the people I was doing it with were pretty hardcore, and as everybody knows, I had bad feet not so long ago, so I was really worried about that, and I was just scaling this bloody thing so fast, and I wanted to quit, but I can't do it. Like, my brain just will not let me do it. No, I don't know if I've told people before, but when I originally had the problem with my feet, it came from when I tore my Achilles. Well, I actually I had a slight tear. I'm not going to say I tore them like fully or anything, but I had slight tears in both of them. I still managed to walk 40 kilometers out of the mountains with a rucksack. And I don't know, I just have this thing where I like to go forward, and I always think that, yeah, it's a 24-hour stream, it'd just be good for people to be able to drop in and have a look at it. And yeah, it is a bit silly, but I thought I could put it on a laptop, play it on a laptop with 4G, and just take the ferry back to England.
It's structured properly though. You can't just go out and do random shit.
Yeah, I mean, probably maybe coming back from Beagle Point. I don't know, that'd fill up 24 hours, wouldn't it? So we've got, what, F-star here? Oh, I've hit a decent system here. This might be Brian's
So that'll
doing.
be like, what, 4 months' time?
Yeah. Whew, if. Yeah, no. And then, yeah, I could kind of enter FDev Towers and punch you in the face. That just happens in my dreams. Hang on, what game are we playing, Malcolm? Is that a game, or are you just telling us people what you look like? The thing about doing a 24-hour stream is the trick is when you start it. So it's really good to start it early in the morning for me, and it just means that when you go into the night doing it, that it really isn't that hard to get through. Some people I know have like kind of done them in the middle of the day, but then you've got to survive the night and the middle of the next day. Now, having, you know, whenever I travel, I don't sleep. So if I travel on an airplane or whatever, I don't sleep at all. So I've actually stayed awake for 24 hours in some of the most boring environments numerous times without any problems. So it's not like I don't think I haven't got the longevity to do that. But this game would definitely be difficult. Maybe I could mix the games up or something. Maybe that's how I make it different. 24-hour retro stream. You know? Blasting through Sonic the Hedgehog at 5 o'clock in the morning. You never know. I will be doing the retro streams again. I will be doing it. I just need to work out whether...
Jurassic Park challenge mode.
Sod that. I will get back to the retro stream. I actually really enjoyed it. I forgot how much some of those games I like. I just need to really sit down and properly look at which games I want to do in it. That would be cool to do that again. I'm not playing Resident Evil 2 for a long time. And this time, if I do it, I'll have to set up
You should
all
play
my
Tetris on the retro stream.
yeah. Well, Mo, when I once flew from England, I actually took it off relatively close to it, so I got up, obviously got ready, went to the local airport, flew from the local airport to London, changed on a flight from London to Chicago, flew from London to Chicago, changed in Chicago with a 3-hour stopover, and flew from Chicago to Salt Lake City, and then from Salt Lake City drove 2.5 hours to my friend's house. That was like, oh god, I can't remember, I think it was 27.5 hours or something, and I still actually sat at my friend's house for about another 2.5 hours before calling it a night. And then when I flew back, I flew the whole way. No, actually, I tell a lie, when I flew back I think I got drunk and actually passed out for some of the flight. Ugh, flying with a hangover, worst thing in the world. Don't recommend it to anybody. Yeah, you know, and it was, and I never got on to Parasite Eve, which I know you liked. I didn't love Parasite Eve, but it was like another kind of, like another version of Resident Evil in a way, but creepier or freakier with more monsters. Did I check what's in this next location? I don't actually think I did. Oh, another one. Okay, I didn't properly check that. Hey, Commander Sundog, how's it going? Welcome into the stream. Oh yeah, god, it was horrible. Horrible, horrible. Wouldn't recommend it to anybody. And a real sick feeling. I wasn't even that drunk, that was the funny thing, but a real kind of sickness in the stomach as well, I remember. Can't be far out now, 2 jumps out from this one.
Where is our next data drop-off point?
Well, what I'm thinking of doing is sidestepping to Colonia, because that would be the only option. And it's probably after we finish this sector, it would be a case of looking at doing the neutron run. Oh, speak of the devil.
It wouldn't take long to get to Colonia.
No, and I mean, I don't know if I'll do it on stream or off stream actually, because it's, I don't think it was that far. Not to sidestep it anyway. Right, okay, so, what's our last jump then? 0.63, so, oh no, looking at the wrong bloody thing, 135. Duh, George. Right. I'd really like to play the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game as well, for anybody who loves that, or WrestleFest, WWF WrestleFest. It's a great one as well. Oh, I've just missed one again. Come on.
Supercharged.
Okay, we're clear.
Frameshift drive charging.
If you're wondering who the music in the stream is by tonight, it's Miguel Johnson. There's a link in the show notes below, as well as how to connect with us on Discord. You can also drop the stream a like if you're enjoying it, and or subscribe.
One of the first games I played was Wonder Boy 2 in Monster World for the Mega Drive. That was a great little game.
Wow, the first game I ever played actually is Space Invaders for the Atari, whatever it was, that weird full wooden looking box. The WWF one was actually, it was an arcade game only. There was a SNES version and there was actually an NES version.
And the very first game I played was SimCity on the Amstrad. So it was like a green screen and everything was white lines.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat was the bomb when it came out. Loved it. Missile Command, that was one of my... I actually loved Missile Command. I used to pretend I was in that movie, War Games, with Matthew Broderick. Just give us a second, people, because I'm really not sure what I've dropped into here. I might have accidentally clicked the wrong system. I may have, because Brian's not dropped in here either, so I'm guessing I've clicked the wrong one. 44. No. This is the right one. We might... hang on a second. Okay, so maybe we just have to get away from the sun. Maybe Brian's a jump.
I'm 3 jumps away, but you are in my jump location.
Yeah, it's just because I'm too close to the star still. I thought I'd pulled away from it enough. Missile Command, love that. And that was the Atari 2600, that's the one. I used to actually have a Commodore VIC-20, which was, you had to program your own games. And oddly enough, I didn't mind it. I wouldn't do it if you paid me in this day and age, but... Okay, this is going to look good once we get away from the sun. Look at all those stars, it's crazy easy. And they're just everywhere now.
I love games on the Amstrad. They're on the cassette, and you had to like wait 20-30 minutes for it to load up. And if it didn't load and it messed up, well, guess what? Tough, try again.
Yeah. Oh wow, Bob's still got a VIC-20. Bloody hell. There's bugger all you can do with it now, Bob. Yeah, C64 was out of my range. Used to take cartridges, that did. This system actually almost looks like a laboratory germ plate, doesn't it? Just the way that the light connects them. I'm going to drop out of Super Cruise. We can have a really good look here.
Fine.
It's turning out Bob's been a gamer all his life. This is going to be a good... Oh, no, that's a bit too much there, isn't it? I need to get the ship out of sight. This is so strange to look at. Trying to get the biggest concentration of stars.
I remember when I was at primary school, they had the old Acorn computers. Like the big, huge floppy disk things.
Oh yeah, the Acorn and Granny's Garden, yeah. Yeah, if anybody, big shout out for Granny's Garden, if anybody remembers Granny's Garden. Or the Oregon Trail, if anybody remembers that. There's another one. That's just a nice, weird looking system, that. Oh, you can't trade anything raw, Mo. That would be wrong. Yeah, the BBC one. There used to be two games. There was Granny's Garden and something else, and I can never remember the other one because I can only remember Granny's Garden because it played Lord of the Dance. And I don't know why it played Lord of the Dance. It was some weird, probably some weird connection to the Wicker Man or something. I don't know. Answers on a postcard, people. So I'm just going to plot that just for a second, and then we'll reprot it so we can do that. And then I'm just going to look at this system because I didn't look at this one.
So what about... Oh, is this like a nebula?
Yeah, you just fly away from the sun a bit and you'll get a good look at it.
Yeah, I'm starting to see it.
I wasn't quite sure when I first dropped in.
I was literally about to say, so what the hell are we looking for here? Then it started to like appear on my screen.
Yeah, I think it's because of the there's so many stars as well. Oh yeah, Lemmings, that's good. Axonis, interesting name. What my name, Ineffectual Gamer. If that's what you mean, it's because that pretty much sums me up as a gamer. I'm no professional or good at it. Okay, E-O-R-L-D. Okay. I'm guessing it's another nebula, but it's a different one. Now, I'm not sure if this is maybe written hand done. I'm not too sure. Oh, that's all games. That's elite. Space Invaders. You can pretty much copy and paste it into everything. Actually, what games am I good at? Kathina knows a couple of games I'm good at. I'm alright at Ghost Recon, like sneaky shooter ones, but sneaky killer ones like Hitman, I'm absolutely terrible at. Is there any other games that I'm really good at? No. Truth be told, no. I really don't think there's anything else. Unfortunately. That's why my dad doesn't love me. He was a gamer. Useless. What am I good at? There must be some games I'm good at. Don't think there is. I'm trying to work it out. Not even good at Legends of Larry. I always got arrested. Rocket. Oh god, no! I'm terrible at Rockin' Lead. Rockin' Lead. I can't even get the name right. See. Ineffectual speech. Oh, it's all from exploration, this Anaconda. Everything I've earned, even Brian can attest to that. Most of it's come from exploration and trade. Do you know, the thing is, Kathina, when I did the combat thing, I wasn't actually too bad at it. I was quite surprised at how quickly I downed the guy. It's not the thing I ever think of loading Elite up and killing people. Ghost Recon Wildlands or Ghost Recon Original? Which was... Ghost Recon Original was so difficult. If the enemy saw you, you were dead. I actually got a name for myself actually in the gaming community of that. Because we were in a mission where everybody else got killed and I was the only one who stayed alive. Managed to get shot in both arms, the torso, the legs, and I was still moving. Still crawling along. Evasion. I'm good at evasion. I do on the bigger ships simply because normally when it comes to docking I'm doing something else, or you know, I might be looking in the system map for something. Oh, not long. Have you set it with all stars to commence with first?
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Yeah, I'm really good at evasion. Unless I've been drinking. And then I just sit there and take it and then wonder why I've blown up while I'm in the galaxy map. So yeah, the docking computer, I'm generally doing stuff, but if I don't have it on my smaller ships. And actually this Anaconda, I generally don't mind landing this myself, but quite often the docking computer kicks in by accident when I...
You might want to rephrase that.
What did I say? Oh, if I had VR, I'd be using a docking computer every time. I'd be too busy looking at everything around.
Something about sitting down and taking it.
Oh, forget it. Everybody understands what I mean.
I'm still plotting route. It's at like 40%.
Ooh. Did I didn't send you the new one. That's maybe why it's doing it. Hang on.
You did. It's
Oh, so I did.
Yodel BOA blah blah blah. $85 $90.
It's funny you say that, Axonis, if that's how you pronounce it. I'm not bad at landing ships.
Oh, that in its sweet arse time.
I'm not bad at landing ships. I'm not Yamik's bad. But then again, my cat isn't Yamik's bad. My cat can dock better than him.
How many jumps is it for you?
It was, well, I'm down to 6. I think it was 8 or 9.
I think something's went wrong because I'm at like 70 odd jumps.
1 second. PRI, CQ, E4602, E4602. Yep. Oh! Okay, give us a second. That's because I've got the wrong one. Ineffectual map plotting. The problem is 602. There we go. Right, I've posted it. Trying to send Brian off in the wrong direction. And oh, okay. Hello, Elodgar. How goes it? We're doing all right. We're not dead yet. I say we. Hey Jess, 8794 90210.
So where were you sending me?
To a closer one. Hang on, some of these, sorry people, some of these messages are not showing up for me until I'm looking back at it in YouTube for some reason. Did it plot it now, this one?
Yeah, this one's like 800 light years.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too far.
Disengaged.
Okay, what are we doing here? Let's get a bit of organisation, people. Stop saying 69 in the stream, for God's sake. Right, is this a Earth type? It looks like an Earth type. It's not. It's high metal content, so I can go do one.
Frameshift drive charging.
This is No Man's Sky Retro. Watch the dots, yeah. This is the hardest dot to dot in the world you'll ever do. This is Measles 2, Return of the Measles. I wasn't nicking your joke there, Bob. I actually said that just before you as well. Just so you know. I never take credit for another person's joke. Unless it's Kathina and she's not in stream, then I generally do. And sometimes Jess. And sometimes Brian. Okay, sometimes you if you're not in stream. You wish it had a story. What are you on about?
Frameshift drive charging.
You're so pessimistic for somebody who loves the game. I like it.
4, 3, 2.
So we've got a few viewers, including one in Twitch, which is fantastic. It's a record Twitch audience today. They have less latency, to be fair. You can't knock Twitch. It's just hard to get viewers on there.
Yeah, Twitch is better, less lag, better quality.
Yeah, much better quality actually.
Less delay as well.
But unfortunately less viewers. Now, I will keep an eye out tomorrow for a really good bottle of wine for Friday night stream, people, so...
Only you could take a negative out for positive.
Oh, is that right? Okay, okay, I'll remember for the next stream. Just wondering where I can get a blonde wig from this time of night.
It's like, I could go, here's 50, here's 500 million credits, and you'd be like, well, I need 1 billion credits, so screw you.
Got a... Sorry, I laughed at that, but I've got a fly with an attitude flying around my face.
Frameshift drive charging.
Cleavage.
I just dropped into a sun system and the brain, it's like there's 3 suns, but 2 of them's really close.
I think I could get away with
Like
this,
almost
Kathina.
touching.
I think I could get away with this cleavage. It's not bad. Spanish flag. I do have friends. Well, the doctor said it was multiple personality disorder and paranoia disorder, but he's always had it in for me. Oh, this looks alright. Might be onto a decent system here. A decent view.
Frameshift drive charging.
Fly's done one now. I don't know what the fly wanted because it can't be the curry I had earlier, although it was lovely curry.
4, 3, 2.
Tell you what has worse lag actually, restream. Yay! Another emergency stop. I really need to start powering down. I really need to start powering down. Hey, now I've got 2 on Twitch, people. Where's that champagne gone? Right, let's have a look.
Do you want me to load up Twitch and you can have 3?
No, I can't cheat my way. That'd be totally unfair. Oh, look, there's a little, like, kind of weird thing there that does the thing. Yeah. No, I actually do have friends. None of them know I stream, though. Streaming's my little thing. One of my students worked out that I streamed. But luckily, because we're playing Elite Dangerous, he got bored shitless after 5 minutes.
You can always go into Google and buy your views.
Yeah, there is that as well. So, well, it's nice. It's just not like we haven't seen one before, but it's a nice nebula. It does look way better on Twitch. I know, because I've logged into Twitch every now and again just to have a quick look at the stream, and it generally looks better. The only thing is at the moment on Twitch, it probably says I'm on day 4 when I'm not. I'm actually on day 7, but it's because I forgot to change the title. It is a black hole, Jess. You know, it's a bit like the tax. Think of it like the tax office. Just everything's going in, nothing coming out.
Such an amateur.
Actually, looks more like a cat's ass, to be honest. And that's coming from somebody who knows what one looks like. And it's never pretty. Right. Okay. So let's untick that one. No, it's not going to let me because there's too much in bloody around it. So I'll delete that one off. And let's try and confuse Brian again. No, we won't confuse Brian again. We'll be alright with him. Right, what I'm just going to do, people, if you don't mind, I'm just going to have a quick look to see where we're going to sidestep. Alright, cheers, Bob. I wasn't paying attention. Do you have to back off in that situation when it's his body exclusion zone hit? I always thought that was kind of to say we can't load in any more information or something. But I've put her in reverse, so it's alright. No, because he'd end up in Raxler, Jess. Yeah, I mean, this is the problem with the black holes, is we don't really know much about them.
You really don't want to hit the exclusion zone.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
Bad things can happen.
I've stuck her in reverse now, thanks.
I would probably be saying, where on the doll did the black hole touch you?
It touched me right on the nose. Right, okay. That flies back. Galaxy map. No, not Galaxy map. Right, just give us a second, people. I'll let you look at that lovely view as it kind of gets more condensed, and then I'm going to have a quick look to see where our next, where we could do a potential stop-off, basically, to sell our data. So I need to use EDDB. I'm using EDDB.io to do this. And then I'm going to use the, what's it called? The Elite Dangerous Neutron Router to find my way there when I eventually do it. So, I'm going to look at stations. And I need one with a large landing pad. And then I'll put my reference system in. And we'll see what our... yeah, I generally do that anyway, Bob, because I'm a bit scared of hitting something. Okay, so we've got one. We've got one at 6,000 light years, which using the neutron highway is actually... that's walk in the park. so let's have a look at this one. It would be nice if they did fix them at some point, but like I said, there's not a lot known about them, so it's quite difficult to depict how they will be. You don't get a mug. That's pure letdown. That's pure letdown. I went to Raxler and all I got was this shitty t-shirt. Right, so we're going there to there. Okay. We're not going to use an add fire. We'll try and go with 100% efficiency at the beginning to see if it'll give us a full-on straight line. So calculate. You gotta hope it's going to give us a straight line. It's not. Damn it. Right, so let's give it 80% efficiency. Let's see what that does. So it's saying 101 jumps. Now I've got it down to 34. Okay, let's try 85. See if it takes us up or down. And 34 jumps. It's like a fruit machine, this. Go down to 33 jumps. Let's try 90%. We're probably going to be really good with 33 jumps. Oh, 32. Alright, let's try 95. I will take 32. No, that's taking us to 36, so we'll try 92. Back to 33, so we'll go 90. Signed by all the children. Right, I'll put the system in that we can go to sell data to, Brian. We can do that now because the next jump's kind of a bit of a jump forward anyway, so we're kind of be killing two birds with one stone. I've got it. If you put your efficiency to 90% in that Elite Dangerous Neutron router, you should be able to get a 32 jump. Might take a few more, but on average 32. Right, okay, so where was it? Stations, not that one, that one. So I dropped it in your in Discord. Right, okay people, so what we're going to do is turn around and we are going to start heading towards Colonia. I'm going to pick you up, Bob, if you want.
Sorry, I had to get more water.
Ah, right, so you didn't hear me. I said that if you use the neutron plotter to go to that destination I've just put into Discord, you should, if you put it at 90%, you should be able to get about 32 jumps. Okay, so let's work out our first one. So if you haven't used the neutron...
For some reason I have this place bookmarked.
Oh, you might have been there on the way...
I have not visited it before though.
Oh no? Ah, do you know what it is? It is a location of one of the new engineers.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I thought all of the new engineers were in Colonia.
Oh no, hang on, I'm going to somewhere else now, I think, actually, sorry. So don't listen to me. Like he ever does.
What's the system you're going to? Is it Winst?
1 second. Yeah, that's the one. But I'm using the neutron plotter, and the neutron plotter with 90% efficiency, or it should do it in 32 jumps. Right, so we've got a double jump here. So we shall make a move. I hope we don't fly towards that bloody black hole. There it is. be alright. Right, so the good thing about the neutron plotter as well is that you can actually knock the systems off as you go, so even if you don't do it all in one day, you can go back and California. Holy schmoly bully. I didn't expect that one. I'll tag it. I don't know why it wasn't inclusive in my route. It's pretty active. Not the craziest I've seen, but... Oh, really? That can't be right, Jess. Are you on about the neutron plotter? What's Jess on about here? Because I don't, have I missed something? Or is he looking for a Cavonia advert? I think anything with Ainsley Harriott on is going to be pretty tacky, isn't it? I'm not going to do this in 32 jumps, people, because that...
And racist.
What, Ainsley Harriott is racist?
Depends on how you interpret half of his euphemisms that he comes out with.
I like the idea of him being racist. Cosby recommended. I'm really hoping I'm not at the edge of this. I don't know why, but I just have a really bad feeling about this. If anybody's seen how much whiskey I consume, it's the only bloody thing that works for me. Sleepy sleep time. I can use it for sleepy sleep time. I can use it against colds and flu. Oh, hang on, Brian. Can you give us an example of his racist euphemisms?
I was just taking the piss, buddy.
I thought you were going to lay one out there then. Racism's in the eye of the beholder, isn't it? Anyway, there's a comedian in America who I love, black comedian, who's actually, if you didn't like him, you would say he's racist against white people. I just think he's funny. I was watching Don Rickles as well. If you don't know who he is, Don Rickles is an American comedian who's actually really funny. And he tears people apart. But some of the stuff he comes out with, bloody hell. Even recently on television, I don't know how he got away with it. But, as I've said, if somebody makes me laugh. Right, okay, so we're gonna have to, every 5 or 6 jumps, I'm gonna have to do a side jump, which is a slight pain in the backside, but it is what it is. So I think we're going to be on the road to that one. Insult comment with a heart. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think he's hilarious. Two things, yeah. Religion, racism. Okay. All depends on the comedian, Kathina. It truly does. Seriously. There are some great. I mean, I'm just. I'm a funny-boned person anyway. It's difficult for me not to find some things or some people funny. Right, okay, let's go on that. And comedy is something I stand up for a lot because I do think it's one of the last bastions of free speech in some ways. Unfortunately for us. I think that's going to be scoopable.
Frameshift drive charging.
What a hope. Everything you learned, you didn't learn the best stuff then. Yeah. Bob has a pure dislike for Rowan Atkinson. Bob hates him with a passion. She's strange for Bob. I'm gonna have to sit actually. This is the first time I really had to do this in this ship. And it doesn't feel normal. But while we're juicing up, we're gonna plot a route.
I didn't think Bob had it in him to hate anything.
Oh yeah, he hates Rowan Atkinson. Yeah, well, Dave Chappelle and Richard Pryor have both had Paul Mooney write for them, Ellard's Guy, and Paul Mooney's like, he's one of my favourites. I love him.
Why? Is it the way he says Bob?
Dave Chappelle stand-up is hilarious. Richard Pryor, like Eddie Murphy, I can give a take, although some of it's funny. I do find some of it very, very funny. And Chris Rock, I really like. I see a lot of kind of late, sometimes late George Carlin and Chris Rock in the way that he talks about certain things. Little voodoo dolls. Just a prick, please. I'm not going to do the Welsh accent because I can't. But you get what I mean. Is Bob with us anyway, or did he drop out? I didn't see him say goodbye. I know. Oh, he was there. I can't even watch his ads. You can't tell me the old secret agent ads for, who was it, where he said you can smell the Bedouin campfires at night while his mat was on fire. What advert was that? Does anybody know? Is it like Prudential or something? Yeah, and George Carlin was just, he was a genius with words, and that's what always got me about him. I love listening to him talk. Love it. Absolutely love it. Especially the older he got, because his mind didn't change, but his body changed massively in the last 10 years. And, you know, we sometimes, not on purpose, but we kind of sometimes look at old people and go, oh, but when you saw him doing stand-up at such an old age and still had exactly the same kind of aggressiveness, I loved it. Bob's omnipotent. But yeah, a lot of English people don't know who George Carlin is, and I always say to them, you've got, apart from you can say he's Rufus in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, but if you don't know him, you have to see something of his
Frameshift drive charging.
to understand how good he was. One jump, 2, 3, QDA. Okay, QDA. What's that, Brian? QDA. That happens quite often, Brian. That happens often. QDA 514 must be that one. So we're gonna go that one now. Yeah, I think a lot of people do. Okay, I'm catching up, people. 1 second. Evening, Joe Soap. How goes the 5th? How goes the 5th? It's been a long time, Joe Soap. Whatever happened to you? I liked a lot of the Wayne Brothers spoofy stuff, actually. I do like spoofy stuff, and it kind of died until they came along and they came back and started spoofing horror movies. Oh, I think you would like George Carlin, Kathina. I'd go watch a video on YouTube tonight. He's just the right amount of pessimism for you. I think you'd really like him. Right, okay, here we go. We're going into the next one now, I think. No, we're doing this final jump, so... Yeah, because I'm not pressing the button on Discord, Brian. I don't always know to press it, because I don't know if you're listening in stream or you're listening directly. Oh, Rogan Show, bloody hell. I vaguely remember that. For all you Canadians out there, I used to watch a show called Kids in the Hall, which I really liked. Has Brian dropped out?
Frameshift drive supercharged.
Hey, what are we jumping here? Am I in system? It said one jump before. Okay. I'm crushing your head. I'm crushing your head. There's one person. I don't think anybody else knew it. It was so obscure. It was on late night television in England, but like I said, I've just got a weird sense of humour. Brian's having problems with Discord. Can you hear me now, Brian? Ah, okay. Oh yeah, crazy comedy. I always remember the people in the canoe going through an office in the middle of a city and bear trapping people's feet. I'm squishing your head. I'm squishing. I still do it sometimes, to be honest. People I don't like. That was the one, yeah, they were singing Alouette, yeah. Just going down the street, just paddling down the street. I loved it, it was like kind of Monty Python-esque. Let's see if I can get one more jump out of this. See if I can get just one more jump. Yeah, the young ones, and then the later, not so well known Bottom, which is two of the actors from the young ones, which I actually think was better than the young ones, if I'm brutally honest. I really do, but maybe it's because that's more my age, and the young ones was like my parents were really into the young ones, but I did think it was hilarious. But Bottom I thought was just genius.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Frameshift drive supercharged. Yeah, it's so weird. No, you just bounce off it, Jess. You can't do anything with a black hole, unfortunately. It would be interesting.
Frameshift drive charging.
I'd love it if you go through it and just get the blue screen of death. That'd be enough for me. Bottom was awesome. It's a. I mean, the Americans, they got it. I can't remember when they got it. They got it much later after it had come out on BBC America. And when I introduced it to some Americans, they were pissing themselves laughing. Because, of course, on American TV, although the TV shows imply violence, they don't always have a lot of violence. So Bottom was just, I mean, if you imagine a chess match, it's just, I mean, it's just a different level of violence, and slapstick violence really was. I'm trying to get in this thing. I'll try and come in a little bit lower actually and see if I can't just catch it as we drop in. Bloody hell, goodies.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Oh, Reeves and Mortimer, actually, they come from where I, Bob Mortimer comes from where I live, or where I come from in England. I actually saw them live once before, well, kind of just before they were famous. I was really young, and I had no idea what I was watching. I had no idea what I was watching. Couldn't understand why adults were really laughing at it, and then they brought a TV series out, and I absolutely loved the TV series. That was it. I went to see them doing the Big Night Out tour. Oh, did it? I didn't know that, Kathina. I might have to sidestep here. I'm not too sure yet. Yeah, we're in the 3-4 system, so let's go double check. We might not have to do a big jump here, actually.
Can you hear me now?
I can, yep. I can hear you clearly now.
I think Discord just has a pretty far kit, like putting it in and out, in and out.
Oh, I don't think I'm going to make this jump. Oh, crap all. I don't know how I'm going to do this because the buffer zone on that's really small. Okay, I'm going to give it a go. I don't think I'm going to have the feel for this at all. It says the plotter's saying I will.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
And I knew I wouldn't hit it.
Frameshift drive supercharged.
Okay, there we go. And no, I can't jump it, so why it told me I could jump it, I'll never know. Oh yeah, I saw that when the guy was able to glitch to glitch into it. I did actually see that one. I need to check some of these systems actually. If we're passing through them, I might as well do. Yeah, I should plot that again. Brian's going to be there before I bloody make it, I'm telling you. Oh, it's still doing it. Let's just sidestep here then. The amount of time I spent doing that. Oh no, now I've lost a viewer on Twitch. No, but I mean, sometimes that's the other thing is that if people are just reading, some people only read YouTube chat if they're not reading it from the screen. I'm gonna check some of these systems as I go in future. It's not something I'm planning on. We're probably not gonna get there immediately, but oh, I love this thing. I just have to put the fuel scoop out the window, out the cockpit window, and this thing fills up so fast. It's beautiful. Oh, that's tempting. Is that a G though? No, it's a K. That's not even. That's not even scoopable. Scoopable? Scannable. Is that what I'm going to? Yeah, I think so. 505. Nope, 5085. Yeah, that's the one. Just talking to myself, people. Don't worry about that. I do it when I'm off stream.
Frameshift drive charging.
That's 3 jumps, okay. Good. Can't believe we're going to do a 12,000 light year round trip. Oh, I do, all the time. Actually, my cat's taught to me. My housemate reckons I'm going mental, but the flying monkeys tell me I'm not. Oh, it was only supposed to be 3 jumps. It's the only sensible feedback I get some days, to be honest. I'm around kids a lot. Those things smell funny and talk funny. They talk like me when I'm drunk, actually, come to think of it. Definitely behave like alcoholics. Oh yeah, yeah. Sometimes my cat's actually funnier than I am. She's quite fast-witted. He's just gone, no, I'm fucking not. Shut up.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive
Supercharged. Okay, throw me out so I can get my jump on. Oh, you know what? I don't mind some days. Some days they're actually... Today was absolutely brilliant. I had a great day with my students. Great day. But some of them... I wish you could still hit them.
Frameshift drive charging.
I really do. No, I don't mean beat them, I'm just talking side swipes. You know, when they try and sneak a swear word past you or whatever, just to let them know that you know that they know you know. At least I get to write the same sentences on reports that I used to receive when I was at school, which is, if X just concentrated harder. Insert random child's name here. Concentrated harder. Oh, there are a little line of planets there, but nothing nothing ridiculous. And oh, hang on. If you use the neutron for this, do you get like less fuel on the jump? This was a thought I had earlier, because I noticed that kind of.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to
beyond
stay in this one, unfortunately. I'd love to know what my FSD is going to be like.
Frameshift drive supercharged. Warning. Hull breach attack. Taking
Oh,
internal damage.
okay.
Malfunction.
Okay, I might have to fix my FSD then. Ah, bollocks, can I just do one jump? Yes, I can. Okay. Yeah, it does actually. It does use less fuel if you supercharge, which is good.
Frameshift drive charging.
Please don't break down, Mr. Frameshift Drive. It didn't take long for it to start to playing up, did it? What are we on? Frameshift is 79.
Issues.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't done that many jumps to be honest, but it's down to 79 already. Colours out of the running man might not be a bad idea, actually.
When was the last time you repaired it?
Yesterday.
And that's your reason.
I'm going to see if I can do one more jump. Famous last words. Yeah, I'm going to see.
Neutrons usually do about 1 or 2% damage per neutron.
I love how Ellen's car put that. It makes it sound like it's such a bad thing. I'm alright, mine are grown. Is that the one? 6-4? Yep. One jump, apparently. Although it's not one to plot it. Okay, there we go. That's not a neutron. You've got a hell of a lot of time to eat your own. You've got a lot of time to eat your words. Well, I'm of the opinion that a lot of people, for example, a lot of people think childhood's going to be great. Sorry, having children is going to be great until it actually happens, and then you seem to take your screaming, smelly things to cafes where we're just trying to enjoy a Sunday morning cup of coffee, and you rattle them in through the door screaming, and then you sit down and you just read the paper like there's no noise coming out of them whatsoever.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety
Oh, it
limits.
is malfunctioning.
Malfunction.
Yeah.
Frameshift drive supercharged.
Yeah, we'll definitely fix it after.
Malfunction.
We'll definitely fix it up after this one.
Frameshift drive charging.
Definitely fix it after this one. Otherwise I'm going to be arriving at the station with it strapped to the wing. Knackered but supercharged. Be class if it fell off in witch space. Oh, kill two birds with one stone here. I get to fuel scoop. And that was just when you were a baby. That isn't ammonia, no. I got really excited that that might be a whole new world there. Okay, so we'll just pull away from the star a little bit. I don't want to burn up by accident while I'm fixing stuff. I love watching some of the parents trying to smile just with these big black bags under their eyes, trying to smile through their teeth all day. And then you actually see the parents who have, I don't know whether it's because they've done parenting right or whatever, but they just seem to have like really well behaved kids and they look perfect. Oh, I generally just use the galaxy map to filter out. Like, if you look at my, I don't think I've got it set now. No, I've got it set to realistic because I'm doing stars to star. But normally I have it set to map, and as you can see, I only have FG and non-sequence stars set into it, and then I know everything's scoopable. So. After that, I never made that mistake again. And even if you do drop into a system where it's not scoopable, there's generally one next door. Let's have a look. So we're going to fix this. I've already looked at that, so let's get around to fixing. Did we drop out?
Module malfunction.
No.
Frameshift drive charging.
No, don't charge. Don't need that. Right, okay, so I need to work out what we can turn off the frameshift drive. Actually, we're going to turn off that. And it gives us what we need, is it? What have I got on that's going to take up too much? Okay, frameshift booster can go off. Thrusters can go off because we don't need them. And then so that'll be alright. Still in the 50s, plumbing out. Repair. Right, this does take some time to do this, people, so you kind of have to just be patient and watch the auto field maintenance unit doing its work. Now, I might actually just have a whack at most stuff because everything's kind of been affected. Quite a few things have been affected. So I might fix my shield generator as well. I'll try and go for another 15 minutes or so. I started late tonight, so I'll try and go a little bit later. Can't believe the thrusters take up so much power. I think I'm going to go without thrusters next time. I'll just push it out the orbital. Just drift for a few days till I get clear. Thank you very much. I'm gonna I don't need to fix anything else. I might fix it at Francisco.
Yeah, that'll be immersion gameplay.
What will?
Watching you push your bloody ship out the fucking hatch for 2 days.
Just as FDev intended. Right, okay, let's look. So we'll go thrusters on.
Thrusters
Off. On. Oh, don't need that. Shield generator. Frameshift drive, might need that one. Tantric streaming. Okay, we have a fixed frameshift drive and we can jump on. Although it's a shame that this isn't a neutron, because this is going to take a big whack of my... Saw a ghost cat. Let's have a look at what this place holds. You can find earth lakes. I know it's strange, but you can sometimes orbit in these things, so it's always best to have a stop and a little bit of a peek at it. I don't know if these were placed. I'm guessing neutron stars must have been placed in the game. The neutron highway, it seems like, although that's probably what people have nicknamed it, it seems like something FDev probably put in the game. Otherwise they wouldn't damage your FSD and stuff, would they? Don't drop me out, please, because I did say please. There it is. Okay, at least I'm still at the tail end of it here. I can still catch a little bit. A bit more. There we go. Only took one touch.
Frameshift drive charging.
Anybody knows, but Marshall, who normally drops in the stream, he just parked his ship for the first time in 6 months, I think. He just came in the stream yesterday to say, you know, he just parked it for the first time in something like 6 months, 16,000 systems. Let me double check what it was. I don't want to give out incorrect information. I think he put it in general chat. Oh, no, he didn't. He put it in the... He's following Bob and putting it in the screenshot section. Let's have a look. 6 months, yeah. 6 months, 16,000 jumps. Pure madness. 5864. But he has circumnavigated the entire galaxy. Well, he hasn't done it yet. He's... I only started jumping them recently, so I couldn't honestly say. But yeah, they seem to be in the right place.
How long did it take them to hand in these scan data and cartographics? 4 hours? 5?
I can't remember how long he said. I'll have a quick look, but he said he'd been handing it in for a hell of a long time, and he'd only sold a third of it. And I think he might have been going page by page. Let's see what he said. Oh, he said he's selling data for about three hours and was up to 1.7 billion in credits. So he thinks he'll probably have 2.5 in total. Let's have a look. So 262864. So I think I have to put the next one in now. Yes.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh yeah, I mean that's one of the reasons why I came out, Christopher, is that I was kind of just wanting to do something with my time because I felt like I was going around in circles a little bit, and FDev weren't responding to some of my emails for some things, and I just thought, oh, you know what, sod it. I'm not waiting around the bubble for things to happen, I'll go out. And to be honest, it feels a little bit better this time than every other time I've done it. I can't speak for Brian, but he might think the same, but it doesn't feel as forced as when I've come out before. Because I don't have a particular time that I want to do it in, or I'm not... I mean, I have a location that I'm going to, but it's not definitive. It just, time doesn't seem to be weighing so much. 1208 and 208.
What you mean is there's no time constraints, as in you want it done in a week or 2 weeks or whatever. It'll take as long as it takes.
Yeah, and previously, like when I came to the Galactic Core previously, it's kind of like, let's get there and get back, you know? I was on the noses, Kathina. I was.
I've just found 5 terraformables. 4 of them are metals and one's a water world.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Oh, hang on, Marshall's just sent me a message in game. He said, I loaded up the stream, blah blah blah. Okay, in total it took 4 hours to sell a data, ended up with 1.8 billion. I put the NPC crew members. I'm guessing they're getting their own ship then now, Marshall. I'm guessing they've left you.
Frameshift drive charging.
But yeah, I mean, if you're not kind of, you haven't got that idea of just let's do this, it's it seems to be better. And just, I mean, some of the places have been duds, but some places have been all right.
You won't know until you go and look at it.
Flew back. I love the idea. I flew back to the bubble in disgust. He's just flying like this. Couldn't even be asked to scan the systems as he went. He was that disgusted. Are we in system? Yep. Okay, so let's have a look. I don't think you're the only one. I don't think you're the only one. I wasn't disgusted, but I was not happy with, and I said this before. It wasn't even for me. It was for other people. I just couldn't believe what FDev had pulled, essentially. And the thing is, the night before, I just had a feeling. I was saying to people, you know, don't be surprised if we don't drop out somewhere else or something. Something felt weird. Need to go away from that baby. Flying at it at that speed.
You talking about the Gnosis?
Yeah. Somebody was saying how they flew back to the bubble in disgust.
I mean, if they had advertised it as a Thargoid combat fest, fair enough, but they advertised it as an exploration event and then turned it into a combat event with 13,000 people, most of them which had exploration ships.
Hashtag Gnosis never again. I know, and that's Jess has just jokingly put hashtag Gnosis never again, and it's true. And FDev haven't even really come out. No, Bob, I'm sure FDev in I think it's on the message board actually kind of said, don't blame Canon. This was what we wanted to happen, and I think Canon were pretty much out the loop on it. No, I don't think Canon were doing it because they would have known. They're a player group. They would have known how players would react. I just can't imagine that it was from them. I really can't. Doesn't make sense. It makes total sense for FDev to do it. Get everybody jazzed up about the game. Get people coming back to the game, which is what I think the biggest reason for it was, to introduce their new Thargoids. So, my humble opinion, but
Frameshift drive charging.
easy witness protection.
Yeah, but all FDev had to do was let the Gnosis jump towards Cone Sector, then get ambushed just outside Cone Sector, so then they could have immediately at the Gnosis the new Hydra combat to unleash the new shiny, and then they could have placed a few things in nearby systems for the explorers, and then everybody would have been happy. But what they done was they jumped the ship, what, 12 light years?
Yeah, I think
so.
Was it?
That was a kick in the nuts.
Was it 12 or 5? I don't know why I have 5 in my head. You're probably right more than me. I get numbers in my head anyway. But yeah, I mean, I said that the day it happened. I was like, why on earth did they just do it there? I mean, they said like it was halfway through its jump. That's what it said in the news report or something, or it was in the middle of its jump. And I'm thinking, bloody hell, it must have been a fraction of a second into the jump to drop out that close.
It doesn't really matter the distance of the jump. It was minuscule in comparison to what the Gnosis could have done. The Gnosis can jump 500 light years, so 5 or 10 or 15, it doesn't matter. It jumped nothing.
Do you think that they maybe expected people to run back to the bubble and get their combat ships?
And how far away was the Gnosis to the bubble?
Well, it was a few, but do you think that that's what they were hoping by it all? Like,
yeah, but you got to remember, with a combat ship, it can only do the fraction of the jump range of an exploration ship. So, I mean,
so it was basically
my base combat ship can do about 38, 39 light years. Exploration ships do 60, 70, 80.
So basically, they trolled everybody.
Pretty much.
I said that they were probably sat in the. I jokingly kind of said they were probably sat in the canteen and just one day and said, "You know what would be really funny? I mean, I don't know why.
If it was built as an exploration thing to start with, and then a week later it was like, oh, there's Thargoid movement detected here. you might want to bring some pew pew. Fair enough, but there was nothing until it jumped in and it was like, boom, there's lots of big bad Thargoids here to kill you. I mean, people were launching their ship and dying within 5 seconds. They weren't even being able to fly.
That's the part I really like, because it shows how they didn't even think through what they were doing.
And then there was the no fire zone cop. They put people, what was it, 1,500 light years away?
Yeah, because they felt if they'd have jumped the Gnosis further, it would have been a bit of a pain in the arse getting back. You can't write that stuff, people, seriously. That's what I mean. Like, they haven't got a private test server that they weren't testing this stuff
My
on.
question is, did anybody even test this before it went live? Because if anyone did test it, they would have found out the no fire zone. They would have found out if you launch your ship, you're going to die. So yeah.
Yeah, it was a T-boy on his last day who tested it. He was just pissed off he had
At
to
least I've
clean
got
the
a
logs.
test server for Q4.
Frameshift drive supercharged.
And you all know, people, you all know who we blame for all the problems in Elite. Oh, look at that face. Look at that smile.
Yeah, what did he get paid? £4 an hour?
Yep. Before tax.
Frameshift drive charging.
Take it down. Take it down.
Yeah, so do I, Jess. He didn't come back either. Right, yo, peeps! Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe there. I'm gonna run this. I'm gonna run this till it's out of juice, and then I'm gonna probably call it a night on the stream because it's getting pretty late, and I have a business. Well, business. Well, you know, I actually have theories that that was set up by FDev. I don't know why. I just think that it was... I don't know. Maybe it's because I just think how they might think. Woo, woo, woo.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Yeah, didn't have a clue.
Frameshift drive
Didn't have a clue. Yeah, it is really sad because actually I think what I don't think they realise is how the player base is actually really hungry for the game, and
Frameshift drive charging.
it could be he's probably sat there with just big wads of cash just going, Braben, do you know what you should do to get more money? Braben's like, yeah, what do I do? What do I do? He's just trying to put Elite to bed. But no, I think that the player base in this game is so ravenous, and I think there is definitely, and I mean this in the nicest possible way, there is something there to take advantage of. And just time and time again they seem to fail at doing that. And like people say, they deliver stuff that people don't want, or they change something that everybody likes, and or that, should I say, the majority likes. and I don't know, it just feels very, 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 very incompetent. And to be fair, I think Kathina works in the NHS. If she thinks something's incompetent, I'm only kidding. But in all seriousness, like, it's, I don't know, there's just there's levels of incompetence, and when I look at sometimes this game, I think, I don't know, there's things which remind me of some places I've worked in the past, not in gaming but in other things, where you just walk in and you look around and you're like, how is this place still on its feet? You know, and from what I read on Glassdoor, it really felt, I got that vibe from that as well. Unfortunately, I know it's not easy to run a computer, to make a computer game and whatnot. I'm not saying I'm any better, but I don't have any coding skills, so.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, I'm getting through this list. I'm really not that far off now. As I blown it up. Okay, tell you what. I'm gonna see if I can make a final jump on this one. Don't quite know if I can. Is that what I think it is? Are we where I think we are? Oh, okay. See if we can make one last jump. Damn it, I knew it wouldn't let me jump that last little bit. Ah, well. Okay. Okay, folks. Well, I'm going to call it a night. I just want to thank everybody for joining in the stream as usual. When you next join the stream, I think we'll probably be back at the spot we well, not the spot we left off at, but the next place that we're heading. No, I'll be alright, Bob. It's alright. I know how to do this these days. I'll never need fuel rats again. But I might call them one time in stream just to show people how it works. So thanks very much everybody for joining in. As usual, it's good fun having you in. Keep an eye out on Friday night. Friday night will be the long stream night, so that's when I'll bring along a bottle of wine and a friendly whiskey. So keep an eye out for that one, because that one's always a little bit longer and I go a little bit further. So thank you so much for joining in. If you haven't already subscribed, press that subscribe button, and I'll see you all later. 9-7.